Tomorrow, 4 sanctuary city mayors will take the hot seat in Congress to be grilled by the House Oversight Committee. Chair James Comer released a press release that states in part, sanctuary mayors owe the American people an explanation for city policies that jeopardize public safety and violate federal immigration law by releasing dangerous, criminal, illegal aliens back onto the streets. Lawmakers say they want to hold accountable the mayors of Boston, Chicago, Denver, and New York City for refusing to cooperate with federal immigration authorities. Joining us this morning to discuss is former FBI Special Agent in Charge and head of the Chicago Police Department, Jody Weiss. Good morning to you, Jody. Always good to see you, sir.
Good morning.
Chicago's mayor has even doubled down on his policies, which I know has riled up residents, especially because he made the comment, citizens are not the priority. As the former Chicago police superintendent, what's your thoughts on this?
You know, that's astounding, Jan. I mean, back when I was superintendent, yes, Chicago was a sanctuary city, but we didn't have the influx of illegal migrants coming across the border into Chicago. So I'm astounded that these mayors refuse to cooperate with ICE. My experience, most time these criminals are preying on individuals from their same type of communities, the Black and Hispanic communities. So it just begs the question, mayors, why do you not want these individuals out of your city and out of the country? But Jan, the attitudes of these mayors have to change. You go back to March 1st. You have the mayor of Boston, who was simply offering her condolences to the family of an individual who was trying to stab people. I was horrified to hear that. The off-duty cop, thank God, intervened and he stopped this potential multiple stabbing event. But the mayor's first words were comfort to this offender's family.
The illegal migrant's family, not to the victim's family, the illegal migrant's family.
Right. But she almost referred to him as the victim. And how about addressing the hero who stopped this? Yes, sadly, an individual died, but he died because of the consequences of his own actions. So these mayors have got to get on board.
Yeah. Yeah. And in the meantime, I want to talk to you about FBI Director Kash Patel. He is fulfilling, his laundry list of sweeping promises in his first full week in charge of the agency, trying to get rid of agents and officials who are not on board with the new administration's vision and agenda. Headlines the media outlets really tried to take advantage of was when Patel mentioned he wanted to change the physical fitness standards of the FBI and even suggested some MMA training, which you thought was a great idea.
You know, I actually do like it. I probably wouldn't have made it part of my first call to the field offices, but I like the idea. Back decades ago when I was at Quantico, we learned arrest techniques and we learned defensive tactics, but that was kind of a one and done. Most fights will end up on the ground, so it just makes sense to me to incorporate some MMA training, maybe Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, to give the agents options besides strikes and weapons. For example, if properly applied, a naked choke or an arm bar can help gain compliance without having to use pepper spray or use a baton. And I think more importantly, this type of training can boost the confidence and the safety for the agents. And like Yogi Berra said, baseball, 90% mental, 50% physical. I think that applies in all sports. Yeah. So, yeah, I know the chokeholds have gotten bad press, and they've been banned by a lot of departments, but as someone who's been sprayed with pepper spray and has been choked out, if you give me the option of those two, I'll take being choked out anytime. It's far less painful. But one key point, you can't introduce this at Quantico and be done with it. It's got to be part of the ongoing training for the agents, much like firearms, and it's got to be incorporated throughout their career. But I like the idea, gets people in better shape. You can survive a critical incident if you're in better shape. So let's see how it works out.
Former FBI Special Agent in Charge and head of the Chicago Police Department, Jody Weiss. Great to see you, sir. Have a great week.
Thank you, Jan.
Thank you.